Thanks for tuning in to check out the Union Fuzz pedal from JDM Pedals. This is our new design here, the union between germanium and silicon. All right, this is switchable. The entire transistor, this entire second transistor that is really responsible for this way the fuzz reacts to your playing and for the basic sound is switchable between germanium and silicon this way, okay? That will give you a little pop when you switch it, but this is pop free, okay? So first of all, let me show you the clean sound that we're using here. Marshall 18-watt clone, Fender Strat right now. And bridge pickup, neck pickup. Okay, so now let's go fuzz on, back off the volume on the guitar, same pickup. Gives you that really nice stringy Strat sound. A fuzz, even with the fuzz cranked here, when you got your guitar volume down, all it's going to do is act like a little mild treble boost. It gives it that very classic clean sound, all right? And as you start to turn the guitar volume up, okay, all controllable with your guitar's volume knob. All right, to the bridge pickup, same thing applies. Back off your volume and you got more of a clean sound. Nice rich fuzz sound. Now the germanium mode gives you a slightly more mid-rangey sound with a little bit more warmth in the lows. You switch to silicon, it's a little bit more compressed, a little more distorted. Okay, it's got a little more sizzle on the top. And a little bit less lows. What I really like about the germanium is the mid-range. For rhythm guitars, I think the silicon's really great. You'll find it, there's just a variety of sounds depending on where you set your guitar's volume, what pickups you're using. In this case, the opening track there I did, the rhythm guitars using the silicon mode, Les Paul, first of all cranked, or a real overloaded heavy fuzz distortion sound, and then backed off on the guitar's volume in that middle section. Dynamic comes down, pick softer, and then without turning the guitar's volume up, just started to pick harder at the end of it. So you got a sense of the range, if you listen to that again, where you can go just by adjusting your guitar's volume and your pick attack. Then the lead guitar part was all this Fender Strat. First of all, bridge pickup, these settings on the fuzz, and in germanium mode, okay? So a little bit about the fuzz itself. Fully switchable second transistor, all right, between germanium and silicon gives you that variety of sounds. Okay, your fuzz control, and I have to say I generally keep this cranked, although you can get some cool fuzz textures just by turning that back down. And it's nice if you don't want to step on the landmine while playing live and have it totally dimed out fuzz if you're just looking to get sort of a semi-clean kind of fuzzy thing going on. Okay, you can get a sort of a warmer, smoother sound like that as you start to crank it up. Then it's okay, very reactive to your pick attack, and dimed out. Then it's even okay, full on fuzz. Next, your volume. Important to say, this is not a fuzz that's going to disappear in the mix. You've got plenty of volume. You can crank more to hit your amp and get the fuzz louder. Right about noon or just a little beyond that is your unity volume between, let's say, your clean sound and your fuzz sound. All right, so you need to get a little bit louder when you step on it. All right, this also is going to hit the front end of your amp harder, which if you're playing with a slightly broken up sound on the tube amp, which is where you want to be for a fuzz, this is also going to give you more fuzz this way, all right, because you're going to hit your amp harder. Okay, the pregain allows you to, and I find this especially useful with humbuckers, reduce the amount, it's like rolling back your guitar's volume pot a little bit. So guitar, back in the bridge pickup, okay, Strat bridge pickup, with this cranked, you're really... Subtle. Kind of accentuates the mid-range a little bit, warms up the sound slightly, and gives you a little bit less gain. Okay, neck pickup, same story. Let's see. So that gives you another round of textures that you can adjust with this. Also nice if you don't want to get a full-on fuzz when you step on the pedal. You know, you can set this to kind of reduce your amount of fuzz a little bit, where turning this back tends to get you a darker sound, okay? So finally we come to the texture knob. Generally this, all the way to the right here is your more controlled sort of overdriven fuzz, and as you go back this way you start to get sort of a skanky fuzzed out sound. Now with single coils you don't have the output level. It's going to really die off completely down here. With humbuckers it's different. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, now right about here you can here's the little bit of hiss and the hum from the Strat and the fuzz circuit start to cuts off. That's where you get your gated sounds right there. All right, and that's got that really cool Velcro ripping fuzz kind of sound. And then here, much more, you know, classic fuzz, sort of velvety, smooth, overdrivey kind of sounds. All right, so enough with the adjectives. Let's switch over quickly now to the Les Paul and show you just a few sounds that way. Okay, the Les Paul now. Yeah, you get into Neil Young total fuzz overload territory when you got humbuckers going bridge pickup. Let's check with the fuzz cranked here, volume up. The difference here now also to the Silicon from the Germanium. Notice the sort of chunkier mid-range in the Germanium and the more sizzle on the top. Okay, it's a matter of taste and a lot about playing feel, you know, the way it sounds, the way it feels to your fingers. Silicon always feels a little bit more compressed, a little tighter. Germanium feels a little bit looser and a little bit more mid-rangey. Loses a little bit of the highs in comparison. All right. So anyway, I've gone on for quite a bit here. I hope that gives you an idea of what this thing's capable of. I'll let that track run again going out here so you can listen to that. Everything cranked at the beginning, everybody's volume backing off in the middle, and then again cranking it up, hitting harder near the end. All right, thanks for tuning in. Hope you dig it. Come to jodocmusic.com if you're interested in getting this pedal, the unpasteurized fuzz, the Union Fuzz. Thanks for tuning in.